Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, folks. How you doing today? Michael Zuber, one rental at a time, with my good friend and estate attorney, Rylas Dana. How you doing, sir?
Hi, doing great. Glad to be back.
Absolutely. We've taken a couple of weeks off because you were on vacation, then I was on vacation. We were enjoying the summers. That's cool.
Yeah, you were in Dana Point, so that's one of my cousins. So my last name's Dana.
Yeah. Yeah,
It's
it's
like
fun.
great grandpa's cousin or what it was. That
Really?
was
So there's
Dana.
actually a connection. How about that? I should have dropped your name and gotten a discount.
Yeah, you should have. So here, I think I have
Oh, it's funny.
yeah, this book. So he wrote this book called 2 Years Before the Mass.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So actually, I hadn't heard of him. I was in an Uber in California,
Yeah.
in San Diego, and one of my drivers like, "Are you related to that Richard Henry Dana?" So
You're like,
I
I
had
don't
to look
know.
him up.
Let me go look it up.
And then he's a pretty cool guy. I read his book. So
Okay.
200 years ago, or almost 250 years ago, he sailed from Boston
Okay.
to California
Oh my goodness. Wow.
before the Panama Canal.
So you went around Cape Horn.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, thank you.
And then that book became famous because it was before the 1849 gold rush. And it was one of the few books about California.
Pre-gold rush. Okay.
Yeah. So,
Oh,
but
very
anyways,
cool.
yeah. So I enjoyed your videos there while you're in Dana Point. Nice
Yeah.
to see the beach background.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. A lot of
You had
fun.
some great vacation shirts, and your shirt game has been. I think you got some new clothes recently.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, but yeah, you go through a birthday and suddenly your wardrobe improves.
Nice.
That's
I
kind of
just
funny.
wear kind of the basic same thing.
Yeah, well,
So,
you're a boring attorney. I got to be fun and flashy. I like.
yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, hey, what I wanted to talk about now is that I've been talking about a housing slowdown. You are actually one of my students. You're in my favorite Facebook group, so you see what other students are posting. But as you know, I talk about a buy box, city, asset types, and then I talk about daily disciplines. So I'd love to hear about your little world in Tempe, Arizona, what you have been seeing, and see if I'm right about a housing slowdown, and just seeing what you're seeing because you're doing the work. So let's talk about that.
Yeah. So I kind of got our last meeting. I realized I wasn't doing the work as much. So what have you been doing?
I remember that.
It's
Shame
like,
on you.
I need to do more. And my problem, I have a hard time doing 10 minutes a day because I do enjoy it. So once I get in, I can't stop at just 10 minutes. It's like I'll like get way into it, and then like, oh dang it, I got to do other things. So, but I've been watching my little zip code in Tempe, and a few months ago, it was kind of frustrating. It's like everywhere, everything was just flying.
Yeah.
Just
Pending, on, pending, on, pending, on. Yeah.
Yeah, and then some of the signs, like I'd see houses for sale, but like there was like an auction almost. It's like
Oh my
accepting
God.
bids.
Accepting bids. We're not even
Accepting
naming a
bids.
price, folks. That's a sign of a hyperactive market. That's crazy.
And as I walk or ride my bike,
Yeah.
like I'll take different routes through neighborhoods, and
That's
just
awesome.
seeing if I see any like for sale by owners or coming soon signs.
Yep.
And some of those I call on them and they're already sold. It's like, what do you mean it's already sold? Like
I just saw it 10 minutes ago.
Yeah, it said coming soon, and it's already sold.
Wow.
So I am starting to see, though, I haven't been as disciplined in the spreadsheet and picking the numbers in, because sometimes I'll spend all my time in my spreadsheet and not looking at the market.
Yeah.
But I am seeing things that are sitting on the market a little bit longer.
Yeah.
I'm seeing
That's where it starts.
you have the different level of properties, and some of the the A level, the freshly remodeled.
Mhm.
Those are done by like OfferPad or Zillow.
Sure.
Like I'll see a lot of their fresh remodels where they're
Okay.
wanting top dollar, and some of those have been sitting now for like 45, 60, 75 days.
There you go. Yep.
So I'm like, okay, this is kind of a good sign, because it seemed like the prices they wanted were, they've kept pushing it and pushing it.
Yeah.
And it seems like maybe OfferPad or some of those places, they don't have, it's a really nice remodel, but maybe it wasn't the best house to start with. Maybe the location isn't prime, or
Yeah, I call those yeah buts. Right. In a very hot market, everything sells. And if you follow my channel, I talk about junk going for retail. That's what happened in February, March, April of this year, we're now into mid-July, soon to be into August. The market's different. And a lot of these companies and sellers don't realize it. So they keep pushing the market. They keep trying to remodel, yeah, buts. And buyers are saying, no, thank you, right? Not that one.
Yeah, so I've been getting excited as I see
Cool.
this inventory sit a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
and I've been watching for sale by owners as well.
Nice. Yes. Good call.
So there's for sale by owners that are listed, you know, way too high. You know, they're chasing.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know if they're chasing, just what they hear, I think.
But that is, again, folks, I keep telling you this is happening, and I hope you're hearing me, is consumers, for my 30 years of studying them, they always do the same thing. For the last year or so, people didn't really sell their homes. That's why we've had 1 million or less inventory available across the country. Now we're opening back up. We're feeling more confident. Suddenly your house is feeling too small, or it's too old, or you're in the wrong area and you want to list, but what do you put the price at? All you've been hearing, because you don't watch the market like Rylas and I do every day, all you've been doing is you've been hearing the media talk about 50K over asking, no conditions. So we have for sale by owners that, you know, look 3 times a month, and they're just reaching. They're plucking a number out of the air. And that's how this slowdown starts, is stupid prices get no offers.
Yeah, they may hear of one sale.
Exactly. And my house is better.
Exact neighborhood.
Yeah.
And it was a fresh, new remodel.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not an accurate comp.
Yeah. It's funny, just real quick. I mean, just an example. If you're in my private Facebook group, a student just posted yesterday, or might have been the day before. He's been tracking a listing just like this. It came out at $450, stupid price. Again, he took a screenshot. I think after 7 days, it lowered 50 grand. After 30 days, it lowered another 50 grand. So long story short, it started at 450 and it's now 275. Yeah, the market is changing.
Yeah. What I've seen too with some for sale by owners is they've had a price raise. They've
really?
come in with a ridiculous price.
Oh, wow.
And then they've bumped it up like another 15 or 30 grand.
That's an interesting
market.
No,
I'm leaving some on the table.
Well, that's one way to go. Yeah, again, I don't know Tempe at all, right? I don't know that I've ever looked at Tempe, but I'm going to guess what's going to happen in Tempe is just like most of the country. Listings are going to come on more. The prices that people want for them, whether they're realtor or for sale by owner, will be higher than the market will bear. They will stay on the market longer. So first thing you see is more listings. Second thing you see is days on market expands. And then at some point, when the average days on market goes from 15 to 31 or 38 or 40, you'll actually see a pretty significant trend in price drops. I don't know if you've seen that yet.
Yeah, I haven't seen. There has been some price drops actually. There actually has been some price.
It'll be yes. It starts with some, because again, every buyer is different, and then it'll be a pretty consistent trend. And then this is where the magic happens, Rylas. I don't know when this is. Maybe it's another 30 days. It could be 60 days. What will happen is some sellers will take their homes off the market. They'll be like, our house suddenly isn't too old. It isn't too small. We won't sell for that price. We're done. They're not motivated. They're greedy, or whatever you want to call it. But then the people that are left, motivated sellers. There's something happening where they need to sell. And in my 20 years of investing in real estate, there's only been a couple of times where finding a motivated seller was easy. I think it's about to get to that point in the next couple of months.
Yeah, I think so too. So I went to this appointment Friday. So I've been talking to for sale by owner, and what I'm telling him is, hey, are you interested in terms? I can pay more than anyone else.
Yeah, good job.
If you give me terms. So trying to harness my inner Pace.
Yeah.
Pace Morby. I've been on a couple of buy appointments with him.
Yeah.
And it's pretty interesting. Part of his approach, he talks about, it's like, I'm probably not your buyer.
Right.
You try to get on their side and see what they're looking for. So yep. I was I'm not your buyer. And then also I was telling myself, don't talk numbers. As a lawyer, I talk too much, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Pace Morby is a wonderful investor, folks. If you're not following Pace in his sub-2 community, you're missing out, without question. I don't know if you've seen this, but I actually created some content for the course with a CPA around seller financing. Have you seen that in the course with Bob Langworthy, I think it was?
Yeah, it's a while ago, but is that where it is? Is it in the course?
Yeah, there's about an hour of content of us how to position seller financing. Now, this isn't like Pace's seller financing is not a lot of equity, but I need to get out. I did that section, but also I did a section about if the owner owns it free and clear or has a lot of equity, you can actually structure it and have a tax conversation. I think that's something you need to look at as an account or as a lawyer, estate attorney. And again, Bob Langworthy's the licensed CPA in the discussion. There's a way to have that discussion, which is very powerful. I've added 50 units over my career by talking to sellers that own them free and clear and structuring a win-win transaction. Again, overpaying, but structuring a deal that they benefits them tax-wise. It's really cool in the course.
Yeah, I'll go back and review that because I've been having that conversation with legal clients.
Oh, there you go.
Where they have rentals and they're in that position where they don't want to be landlords anymore, but they're worried about the tax hit.
Yeah, again, Bob's in the course, folks, how to get started one rental at a time, and has a conversation. He breaks it down, right? Because when you own it free and clear and you sell it, you not only have to pay capital gains, you have to pay back what's called depreciation recapture, which again, if you're not a landlord and you don't know, that's going to hurt. So Bob actually runs through an example where you could ultimately pay upwards of 55% of the gains in taxes if you're not careful. So definitely you have to have that conversation. You are doing yourself a disservice if you don't at least educate your client about how to structure a for sale by owner or a seller financing to spread out their tax gains. And then you could keep it through the thresholds and really have almost very, very limited tax impact.
Yeah, so with this seller, I've been trying to plant the seeds. So it's free and clear. They said they don't need the money. So I'm like, oh, what are you going to do? Just pay the taxes, and then what are you going to invest in?
Yeah, so let's have the conversation. How old are they, roughly, if you don't want to say roughly?
I think it's like 75. So it's actually the guy is handling it for his. First, he told me it was his brother, and then I went and met him out at the house, and he gave me some more information. He's like, no, actually, it's like a godson. It's actually my brother.
Oh, wow.
I'm just kind of looking out for him. He told me to list at this. Like I know it's.
Yeah.
And then so this guy that's showing it, he's like 75.
Okay, so it's his house.
No, it's his brother. It's like his godson. So it sounds like he kind of like looks after him in the family.
Okay. So it's owned free and clear by the godson.
Yes.
Okay, got it. Yeah. So what I would be going in is basically and again, this is all in the course, right? Basically, hey, do you want to sell now? I'm just going to make up numbers for 100 and keep 50, or would you like to sell, get a little now and a lot the rest of the year and pay the federal government a lot less total tax? Because again, the godson, I'm going to guess, is younger. I think that's how that works. So
I think he's older too.
Oh, he's older. The godson is older.
Not like a godson. Like it was like first he called him his brother, and then he told me he's not actually his brother. It's just kind of like
close. Okay.
Someone close in the family.
Yeah.
And so it sounds like he's kind of tasked with looking after him.
Yeah. So basically, I think the best way to take care of someone in that situation, and I bought plenty of properties this way, is you really don't want the money now, because what will happen is you'll either spend it or other family members will come and pounce on it. Like, give me mine. Hey, I need a loan. Instead, why don't you take care of him, give him a little bit money now, 10%. And then let's structure payments so he has money the rest of his life. And oh, by the way, he has an asset that when he does pass on could be left to someone else. And oh, by the way, give the big middle finger to the IRS.
Yeah, that's the plan. So, and whether this one works or not, like I feel, I feel also like the movie Tommy Boy.
Yeah,
he's trying to find his sales style.
Yeah.
It's just repetitions talking with sellers. So
yeah, I would get comfortable with the math, and Bob does a great job in that. And I'd go watch it. I think it'll be 45 minutes of your time to just watch it, because it's very valuable. You get to use the words, and you could just do the math with this individual, and basically point at two different numbers and go, that one's bigger. You want that number.
Yeah, I guess right now I'm trying to figure out if there's motivation at all. because when I'm asking the guy showing it, so I met him on Friday.
Okay.
He said he was gonna have like another open house. I was like, and then what? How long are you gonna do this? Like, talk to me after all of that. That's what I want to.
Yeah. And then what I would tell him is, hey, I'm your guy, right? Do another open house, but nobody will buy it for that price. I would tell him the market's changing, right? And then I'd come in and again, I don't know what number it is, but I'd say I could pay that, but you have to take my terms, right? I could pay that number. I could pay $5,000 over, but we got to do it this way. Because you'll be amazed. Some people are so attached to a number. I remember one time years ago, I think I paid like $20,000 more for a house than it was worth, but the individual was okay giving me a mortgage at 1%. He didn't care. He wanted to tell his friends. He actually told me one of the things I'm going to do at the closing table, right? We built up this rapport. He's like, I'm going to tell everybody that I got you, that I made you pay $20,000 more. I said, go ahead. I got you. He's like, I'm not going to tell anybody that. I'm going to tell them I got you for an extra 20%. I'm like, okay, go ahead.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at. If I can give their number, but get like 0% or 1% financing, then I can give them their number.
Yeah, exactly. Creative financing, which again is in the courses, is it gets really exciting because it really is every deal I've done seller financing is win-win. We both leave the table happy. It's not like, back in 2010 where you were beating up banks to get the lowest price. Seller financing I think it's one of the best ways to do real estate because you both leave happy.
Yeah, the way I was thinking about it is you leave out the bank and then you both win, right?
Yeah,
so
they don't get their little piece.
They're big.
Yeah.
So there's more on the table for both parties.
I love that. So it'd be fun to watch Tempe. I look forward to us talking every week, seeing what's going on in Tempe. I'm going to guess by the first week of September, maybe the middle of September. So say between September 1 and 15, you're going to start seeing pretty significant trend in price drops.
Yeah, I am going to start watching my market closer just so I can have the data of how many listings there are. And
that's great stuff to rattle off when you're talking to a potential seller because they're not looking, right? Show them your spreadsheet, right? I would bring it with me. I've been watching this market every day for 90 days in a row. Here are the facts. I would show them.
Yeah. It's been fun. It's an exciting time, I feel like. So I hope the sellers are watching those videos that the other YouTubers are doing. So everything's going to crash.
Yeah. Crazy times. Well, if anybody is in the state of Arizona or California and wants to talk to a wonderful estate attorney, how should they get a hold of you or reach out?
Yeah. So my law firm is danalegalhelp.com. Or I got another domain name is Rylas Dana Law, if that's easier. So it's my name and then law after. There you go. You can find me there for estate planning.
Yep. And folks, if you're in the course, right, how to get started one rental at a time, and in the Facebook group, One Rental at a Time Works, Rylas is in there. So don't be afraid to ask him a question. I will tag him if he doesn't see it. So again, it's great to have my experts in the course. So thank you very much for that, Rylas. Have a wonderful week.
Thank you. Glad to be in this community and glad for everything you're doing.
Thanks, buddy. I appreciate it.